call to order. Today's meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is called to order on Wednesday, December 16th of 2020. Welcome, everybody. Full crowd out there today. Nice to see. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Agendas for today's meeting are on the wall at the entrance to chambers. Please remember to turn off all your cell phones. Municipal Code Enforcement Board consists of 7 members who are appointed by the City Council. We serve voluntarily. It is the board's intentions to promote, protect, and improve the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Clearwater by providing this equitable, effective, and inexpensive method of enforcing certain codes within the city. The board considers new business items in 2 parts, first the violation and then affirmative relief. Formal rules of evidence do not apply. Each side is limited to 15 minutes, and the board may grant additional time. All proceedings will be conducted in a calm and civil manner. Individuals who conduct themselves otherwise will be asked to leave. If necessary, they will be escorted from the chambers. Now I ask all those who plan to speak to please rise and be sworn in by the clerk.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout your entire testimony?
I do.
Thank you. Our first order of business is to review and approve the minutes of last month's meeting. May I have a motion to approve, please?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Minutes is approved. Citizens to be heard regarding items not on the agenda. Is there anyone here to speak to an item not on the agenda? Moving along. First item of business, new business item 4.1, continued. 4.2, continue. Case 4.3, case number 118-20, fine responder Benjamin Rivas Sr. at 1450 Court Street in violation of code for sign maintenance and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. And it doesn't look like anybody's here to speak to that, Daniel, so may we have a first motion of violation for that one, please?
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Beautiful. First and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, motion passes. Thank you.
Hello, Board. Daniel Knight, Sign Inspector with the City of Clearwater. This is case 118-20 for 1450 Court Street. The violation is for sign maintenance, and the city is asking compliance to be on or before January 16th of 2021, or a fine of $100 per day that the violation continues to exist. We are asking the Board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the liens and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the sign maintenance by repairing and or replacing the sign at the property so that it's in good condition, free of any damage, rust, discoloration, fading and or peeling paint, or other elements. This includes having 2 undamaged face panels. And just here are some photos just so you get an idea. This was on February 11th, and I have a closer one here in a minute. This was 10:30, and then this was just on the 11th of this month.
Any questions from the board?
Has he responded to?
Nope, just the certified mail receipt was returned, signed, and that's all I've gotten, no phone calls.
So the sign is legally permitted and it's allowed to be there, but we're discussing about this
The
state
sign
of it
face.
and missing the whole face and,
Correct.
okay.
Could you put up that picture again?
Sure. Oh, there we go.
So both sides are seen by the street, correct?
Correct. This is on actual court, so if you're, depending on which direction you're heading, if you're heading west, this is the west side face panel.
And then is the front of the sign fine?
Yes, the
sign
other,
we
the
don't- we're
other
not-
side is fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So this sign, this side of the sign, you're expecting it to be painted? Would that,
It needs to be repaired. The face panel, it technically could go up and be blank if it wanted to be. It doesn't have to have any verbiage on there, but it can't be left in this state of damage.
Any additional questions from the board? No? If we can have a second motion, we can move on. I think he was asking for January 16th of 2021, correct, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
And a $100 fine?
I'll second that.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Nobody yet.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before January 16th. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $100 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
I'll second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Moving on, case number 4.4, case 119-20, fine respondents 1504 North Garden Avenue at 503 Marshall Street in violation of code for signage without permits, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Knight?
Compliance has been met at this property, and the city is seeking a declaration of violation for this violation.
Very nice. So looking for a motion of declaration.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit. In this case, the violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor, aye. Opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Knight. That was a nice one. Moving on, 4.6, case 121-20, fine respondents Douglas Fisher at 10 North Aurora Avenue in violation of code for inoperative vehicle, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Was it
Did we
4.5?
skip one?
Oh, did I?
4.5.
Sorry about that. Case 120-20, fine respondents E&A Inc. at 741 Bayway Boulevard in violation of code for residential rental business tax receipt, and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance was not met. Daniel, thank you for that face, because when I looked up after I read it, I was like, oh boy, I did something wrong.
I thought that I read the agenda wrong.
His face looking at you was like, what happened? Appreciate it, thank you.
The business owner has been in contact with my manager, Ken Pieslak, and he understands what the city is seeking, and he says that he will be able to meet compliance by this deadline, just so you're aware.
Okay, so before we move on, if somebody could make a first for that, because there is nobody here, and then we'll move forward.
I'll move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
My second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Daniel Knight, this is case 120-19 for 741 Bayway Boulevard. It is a zoning violation. The city is seeking compliance on or before January 16th of 2021, or a fine of $150 per day that the violation continues to exist. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Oh, looks like I messed up on the heading. Should not be 1327 North Highland. Compliance can be met for this zoning violation by either having all businesses currently operating at the property without a business tax receipt, obtain a current business tax receipt, or refrain from operating at the property until one can be obtained. The business in question is currently being called the Smoke and Barrel. It's over just before the bridge to go to South Beach. This is just to show you Google Maps of where it's at, and to show that they are showing that they operate and they open at 12 p.m. And this is to show that our Acela database does not currently have a business tax receipt for them to be in business.
Daniel, the BTR process, how long does that take? I know they said they will come into compliance.
You didn't get to see it, but this case has been open since January of last year. So it's, or 2019, yes. So it's been a long process. They've been back and forth with our BTR specialists. So they're already working towards it. It's just that they were slow moving. At this point, all they need is a background check to pay fees that are late. and have a current state license, which he stated he's already in the process of doing. So I would believe that a month is sufficient, but by all means, if you feel otherwise.
Yeah, no, and that's why I was asking if that was realistic and sufficient to give them enough time, but
It's been a business.
I
This has
believe
been a
so,
while.
but I wouldn't object if you wanted to give more time.
questions from the board?
He's been operating for the past year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm stuck on.
He's had more than enough time.
What's the normal
It's a long
timeframe?
time.
And then, of course, given COVID, I know myself having to deal with anything with the government was a process.
A background check can take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks.
But the state license and then the business tax receipt, how long does that normally take?
If everything is put together and good to go, the business tax receipt is just issuing it. The state license, he told me a month ago that he had applied for it, and it shows that there is something in limbo. I couldn't tell you how long that typically takes. I guess it just depends on the state.
Okay. Thank you.
So the gentleman or the lady opened a business, opened their doors, collect money, pay payroll, do daily business for well over a year now, and are not legally able in the state of Florida to operate a business.
Correct.
Interesting.
But how much does all of this cost?
They're serving.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
About how much money does it cost to get this license, all the stuff that's in the limbo?
The state license, I'm not sure. The business that was there before, the Tap and Token, it had arcade games and whatnot. This is actually the same business owner. He just decided to change the direction. And it's just over $2,000 that he owes for this previous business tax receipt that he was delinquent on. I couldn't tell you what it is that he would owe for the new business. That would be the BTR specialist. But I can tell you that it's somewhere around $2,500 that he owes the city for back due payments.
So to be clear, next month he'll be 2 years behind.
Let me just, I don't want to misquote myself. Hold on. Okay, so January 24th of 2020. I saw the 19 and that's where I got confused. So it'll
A full year.
be a full year
For this business.
for this business, yes.
But he had another one in the same location that's in delinquent as well.
Correct. That business did have a business tax receipt. It's just that he didn't renew.
Any additional questions from the board? And I kind of feel that we've given a lot of calendar time on this one, and obviously this is, and so many other things we can blame COVID and blame a pandemic. This one, unfortunately, to me, doesn't fall in that category. So if anyone from the board wants to make a motion, we can move forward.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before January 16th. If the respondent does not comply by the date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day. Each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such a lien.
I'll second that.
First and second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Moving on.
Thank you, board.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. Case 121-20, fine respondents Douglas Fisher at 10 North Aurora Avenue in violation of code for inoperative vehicle. Issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. It does not look like anyone's here to speak to this case, so if we could have a first.
I'll move to find respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Mr. Kasman, how are you?
Good afternoon, Board. Hope everyone is doing well today. This is my only case today, thankfully. This is Daniel Kasman, Code Inspector for the City of Clearwater. This is case number 121-20 for 10 North Aurora Avenue for one violation of an inoperative vehicle. Requesting compliance on or before January 5th of 2021, or a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day the violation continues to exist. We're asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. And the compliance can be met for the inoperative vehicle by obtaining and displaying a license plate with current tag for a silver Ford Focus or by removing the vehicle from the premises. It's really a simple case. Let me know if you guys want to see photos or,
Yeah, how old is this Focus?
I don't think it's terribly old.
Is this the case we saw last month where we were repairing cars in the
Yeah.
driveway?
Yeah, it's just,
The cone gave it away, the parking cone.
I had a few photos of other vehicles that were being repaired on the property. There was a utility truck, he pushed it into the road. I had to tow the utility truck. The owner of the truck called me up mad, wanting to know where his truck was, and I said I towed it because he said I paid that guy to work on it, and he just throws it in the street, so. This was on September 24th of 2020. I went by the property, saw that vehicle over there, went up on the driveway and saw it has no license plate on it. I posted the vehicle, gave me a month to get a license plate. Posted the vehicle, went back on the 27th, 3 days after the compliance date. He did get a license plate on it. I don't know where he got the license plate, but it's on it. But unfortunately, the sticker is not current. So I went back on December the 7th. Same license plate is still on there, and went back again today. Seems like he's working on some vehicles in the garage today, a big purple truck, and same license plate is on there with same expired sticker. So I've spoken with the owner several times about the vehicle and other vehicles on the property. He doesn't usually have very kind words for me every time I speak with him, so I think I've given him more than enough time to fix this issue.
I would agree. I would agree with you. Any additional questions from the board? Okay, if we can have a second, we can move on with this one.
Yeah, I'll move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct a violation on or before January 5th. If the respondent does not comply with that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, and settle such lien.
A second.
A motion is made and seconded. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Kasman. Good job. That was fast. Agenda item 5, unfinished business. Accept the affidavits of non-compliance as listed. Does not look like anyone's here to speak to these 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can just accept these 4 together as is?
Yes.
Okay, so, board, if we could have a motion to accept these affidavits of compliance, and we'll identify the 4 cases.
I move to accept the affidavits of compliance as listed.
I'll second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Affidavits of compliance accepted. Is there any other board actions? You got us here. There's no other work to do. Should we
Fantastic.
sweep or clean or change?
Mr. Pizak and code compliance, this is their gift to you for the holiday season.
Wow, well, it's greatly appreciated.
Merry Christmas.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you. You guys, as always, do a wonderful job. And thank you. I appreciate it. That is it. This meeting is adjourned if there's nothing else.
Barely needed
Mike, thank you for your
sir.
input today.